Well, Jacques Reland is an analyst specialising in French politics at the Global Policy Institute in London. He joins us live now. Jacques Reland, you've been following this case, haven't you, ever since these charges surfaced when Jacques Chirac was mayor of Paris? I mean, it's pretty much unprecedented, isn't it, for a former president to be accused of these sorts of crimes?
Yes, it is. Actually, in the French history, it's the third time a head of state is prosecuted. The first one was Louis XVI, and we know how it ended, with his head cut off, and then Marshal Pétain for the Vichy government. But otherwise, no president of a republic has ever been prosecuted in court before.
I mean, how robust are these allegations? It's alleged that millions of euros were used from the Paris city payroll to bankroll fake contracts for friends and relatives. So why are they pointing the finger at Chirac then?
But they're pointing the finger at Chirac because Chirac used this position when he was mayor of Paris to actually further his aims to become president of the Republic. He was mayor of Paris from 1977 to 1995 when he was elected president. And it was well known that the town hall of Paris was a launching pad for his presidential campaigns. And he used to also give favors to people, and he created loads of jobs. Originally, I think there were over nearly 400 jobs, fictitious jobs, which he is meant to have given to friends and political supporters. And in the end, the prosecution only makes him accountable for granting 21 jobs out of these nearly 400. Yeah. So it is. No, there's been many other stories also linking unsavory stories about illegal financing, but they've been dropped. So that's the only one which remains from that time.
It's an interesting point you make, Jacques Reland, because, I mean, do these charges underline the dirtiness of French politics? I mean, we're now seeing this ongoing battle between Nicolas Sarkozy and Dominique de Villepin. There was that sex scandal surrounding Frédéric Mitterrand. I mean, are we seeing the grubby underbelly of French politics here?
Yes, we are seeing it, but I think politics is a dirty business, and not just in France. This time it also shows that judges can actually have some power and bring politicians to the book. And we've seen in that case also what is quite symbolic is actually, even though Sarkozy doesn't like Chirac, or more to the point, Chirac hates Sarkozy for betraying him in 1995, we can see that the prosecution, which is more answerable to the state, thought there was no case. And this time is the examining magistrate, the juge d'instruction, who decided that we should prosecute. And apparently the case is not that solid. There's strong evidence, and most people think that yes, he used his role in order to provide favors to people, but apparently there's no written evidence yet. So the prosecution could appeal, or even Chirac could appeal against the charge.
Even if Chirac doesn't stand trial, though, I mean, how much are these allegations likely to be a stain against his name? I mean, as you say, he was a very popular statesman. He was a man who was president of France and a global political player.
At the moment, Jacques Chirac is the most popular politician in France, maybe because he's not in power anymore, with 76% support in September, in the last September poll. And he's been, towards the end of his career, he's always been a very affable man, and people have seen the likeables, treating him a bit like the granddad of the nation. He's been involved in a lot of good causes, helping the third world, and also fighting for the environment. But what people think is the most important thing, he kept France out of Iraq. And they think, what's a few million euros when he saved the country a lot of money and a lot of lives? So, but at the same time, people are thinking there's a principle here. Presidents are immune. They should not benefit also from impunity at the same time. So the case should proceed, and at the same time, one feels that maybe there won't be any case to answer for him. That would be probably the preferable outcome for the French. Would be, yes, we prosecute. It's a question of principle. Everyone is equal in front of the law, and at the same time, it's really small beer compared to the service he gave France by not involving us in a disastrous Iraq war.
Okay, Jacques Reland, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for your time and